Development is not charity, it's an investment. This is a message that we've had many difficulties passing to our public opinions in the last years, especially because of difficult financial situations in Europe. I believe that the current mix of security and migration crisis today offers us a unique opportunity to pass a message to the European public opinion that yes, development policies, development investments are investments and not charity. For sure, there is the objective of having a world that is fairer and more just, and the issue of access and distribution of resources is first of all a moral one, but it's also an investment in our own security and in our own stability. I am not myself a religious person, but I think that the visit that the Pope paid in Africa in these days delivered to us a very powerful message. And the symbolism of opening, as the Pope did, an holy door in the Central African Republic, and announcing that other holy doors will be opened in other places of the world by the local bishops, including Aleppo or Gaza, is, I think, passing a message of recognition of the fact that for the Church, for Christianity, is not only Rome the center, but it's multiple centers. Europe is not necessarily the center of everything, including development. It is through the recognition of this multitude of centers we have around the world that we can build partnerships among equals that can guarantee better effects to our development policies and also our foreign policy and our security policies. There was a task given to the Foreign Ministry to assess the work that Israel is doing with the European Union on a set of issues related to to the sea areas. And this evaluation and this assessment is ongoing in the Israeli ministry. This doesn't mean that there are interrupted relations. Actually, I shortly met Prime Minister Netanyahu yesterday in Paris, and we exchanged views also on that. And I always say the relations that the European Union has with Israel are wide, deep, and good. And second, the role of the European Union when it comes to the Middle East peace process is here and is going to stay. I agree completely with you when you say choosing refugees on the basis of nationality, or even worse, you didn't say that, I say that because I'm not a diplomatic person, on the basis of religion. This is not acceptable. It is not acceptable among the member states. Otherwise, first, the system will never start, really, or will never function, really. And second, from a humanitarian point of view, this is not acceptable. I was clear enough. Member states come to Brussels and say, we need a strong European response. We take a decision, like in the case of the trust fund, and member states, the same heads of state and government that took the European decision, go back home, don't necessarily put the coherent responses on a national level in place, so the European response, as in the case of relocation, as in the case of the trust fund, as in the case of sharing information and intelligence, don't come at the European level because member states drag their feet on this, and then it's Europeans' fault. And we cannot go on like this. We destroy Europe, the Union will die, and also member states will die at the end of the day, because the magnitude of problems we are facing, from terrorism to migration, is so big that if we destroy the possibility of having common European responses because of short-sighted political calculations, we tie our hands and give up our only hope to solve the problems. As you see, I'm quite open.